So now you're getting into the physical side of it.
But that's what you was talking about because when I went to the science and I said oxygen, you said no.
Isn't oxygen the physical though? Isn't oxygen part of the physical side?
Taste
Like,
oxygen?
not necessarily, but it can be measured.
Technically, everything can be if we use science.
Oh, okay. So we can measure the soul and we can measure the spirit.
Made up concept. This is a silly little concept. No?
uh, I th- we can say we beg to differ to the extent, like I was saying, like if you and I had a baby, we would be bound for life, one way or another. Especially when you bring in the emotions and the chemical changes within our bodies that exist for our children. You know what
Okay,
I'm
so
saying?
can you explain how people abandon their kids and like two people abandon their kid completely, give them up for adoption? Where are they bound or how are they bound? What went wrong?
How often does that happen? Yeah. I mean,
And that's why it's a
see,
silly
not
concept because people just say it and they don't
not
think it
like
through.
you're moving the goalposts. You're definitely moving the goalposts. Because now you're bringing all these outliers. So to the extent that most people that have children, just like all creatures that have children, want to protect their children. Because again, that's our mode for the transfer of consciousness. Remember, we started earlier with the artificial stuff, like being a test tube motherfucker, and yeah, this is going back to that, to the extent that the only way, an essence of, I guess, my quote unquote spirit or my quote unquote soul, right? The only way that can be truly transferred is through me to a woman, and then vice versa, and then it continues. You know what I'm saying? And then it multiplies. But me, the argument that is made up is valid to the extent that motherfuckers use it for wishy-washy purposes.
I think the foundation is wishy washy and that's why it's easy for people to play with the terms.
Fair game, fair game. But
My fault. What do y'all think?
Um, y'all know how I feel about this spooky, hairy, scary bullshit.
Stop copying me.
'Cause I don't believe in none of that spiritual shit people be talking. Period. I never have. I never will. And anything that people ever try to bring up to fucking back it up is all a pseudoscience, which I don't think they understand the definition of pseudoscience, meaning it's fucking fake. So it just, I don't know. I don't even entertain that shit.
I think soul ties is just simply a way for people to remove accountability, right? If I have a soul tie, then I don't have to be accountable for choosing a piece of shit ass nigga, and I can just sit up here and say, I can't help it. Our souls are tied.
Yeah, you can.
no,
I just
no,
keep letting them back in
It's
my house
just
at 4
that's
a.m.
not that's
it's
not
the
that's not how it
equivalent
works.
of what most people do with the other pseudoscience bullshit that they bring up with astrology and shit like that. Oh well, I was only doing. First of all, I'm gonna keep it 100. Any man that says I did this, I did X, Y, and Z because I'm a Pisces is a fucking faggot.
Exactly.
But
I agree. I
like
agree.
I think that type of shit, like that's the type of shit that motherfuckers be doing. Like it's all just to relinquish accountability, all of it.
Well, what I'm saying is like, and why is it never for greatness or great things? Why I don't ever hear of a motherfucker soul tied to wealth? Why I don't ever hear of a motherfucker soul tied to abundance? I just can't get away from money. It just chases me. Success just keeps following me. Why I never hear that? It's always tied to some bullshit. Because if it wasn't, they wouldn't be calling it a soul tie. You know what they would call it? A soul mate. And I find that very funny.
100%.
Okay.
Well, I don't think it be making sense a lot because even when they do use it, they say it's a soul tie, but usually it's only the women that get the soul tie. But if she's tied to a guy, how can only one person be tied? The guy is never tied. Like it's just weird
He's
to
not
me.
as loose. Really, duh.
Yeah, they just use it for women when they don't want them to have multiple sex partners. But the guys are never tied to the
But
women. The
Schmelly,
women just be tied.
this the
You
part
know,
that
it's
get
just
me.
weird.
Most of the women that be saying that soul tie shit got multiple baby daddies or been fucked by multiple niggas. So you ain't tied to that much, bitch. What the fuck? How many
Soul
ties you got?
ties. Ties with an S.
Yeah, well, that bitch don't never run out of strings, do it.
An umbilical cord, it just keeps regenerating.
That's why I be telling motherfuckers, man. The minute I hear, I tell niggas this shit, and I say the same in reverse too. Y'all go on a date with a woman, and she tell you she got a soul tie. Tie that bitch to a pole and pull off. That shit ain't going nowhere, bro. You might as well. I mean, I don't know how niggas get down. I don't know how y'all niggas get down. I know some niggas, you know what I'm saying? They a lot more preserved with themselves. At least there's a rare amount, like 0.1% that I. But for the most niggas, man, you might go ahead, fuck that bitch, and keep it pushing, gang. Ain't no relationship coming out that stupid bitch. She bad, little ass on her. Go ahead, crack. Have your way. Get the fuck on.
But look, I agree with you with the part with the horoscopes, and you can see what I. If you put a W before horoscopes, it tells you everything you need to know. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not speaking about it in that sense of saying, oh, because of this is why that, because that negates your free will. You know what I'm saying? Like, and nah, I have my free will. Nothing dictates my existence on planet Earth except me. So, but and that's what I was saying. That's why I was saying that the
Other people
only
do dictate your existence on planet Earth
how so?
because they allow you to breathe, don't they?
Nah, not really. They
Every
didn't
day you
allow
walk past somebody that has 100% control of your life if they so choose to.
and vice versa.
Right.
So
So you don't.
so that's a balance. So to the extent there's a balance, it's neutral. No,
Yeah, but you don't have 100% control. You don't get to
no.
always dictate it.
If
You could go
if it's
outside
a fifty
tomorrow and
fifty
somebody could just
situation,
decide they don't like the shoes you got on and blow your fucking head off.
that's
And then what?
factimony. That's a factimony, and so can I. You know what I'm saying? So there's a 50-50, type of situation there. You
Right, but
know,
that
where
ain't 100%.
it's 100% on your part and 100% on my part that I might blow your head off and you might blow my head off, right? But when it's put on a level playing field, that's where it becomes 50-50. But within each other, like within me, it's 100%, and within you, it's 100%. You see what I'm saying?
50-50 died.
But hey, but at the end of the that's what I'm saying. Like there's a balance, and even when it even comes to the soul tie shit, it's a 50-50 thing. God damn it, my phone about to
I
die, man.
looked it
I'm
up.
gonna tap back
I
in.
put
I'm gonna
it.
tap back
I put it in the chat. If I look it up, it's really because of the chemicals released. Basically, you addicted to somebody. Is what they saying.
Smelly.
Yeah, brain releases chemicals like oxytocin and dopamine during intimacy, which strengthen emotional bonding that can make separation feel intense or even addictive.
See, and I could respect if somebody came from it scientifically and just said that to say some stupid ass shit like soul tie is crazy. Because your soul ain't tied to shit but you. In the event that you even believe that you got a soul. And people who go through that, what, soul, God, all that shit, that's the only thing your soul should be tied to, correct? Shouldn't be tied to another fucking person. I know mine wouldn't be.
But based on people who believe in the Bible and believe they all come from God, Isn't your soul tied to everyone and everything?
You know what? Yeah, by that logic.
To say something to that, sis, pretty. I I believe in the Bible, and I believe that the soul ties is a spiritual thing. I think when we start to use our body almost like a portal, and then this is just kind of like my thing. I think we're using our body as a portal, and we're welcome. And so I think when we connect to people, we also connect to the spirits and different things that they're also connecting to. So a lot of times I think the whole soul ties is more spiritual, which I think a lot of times we don't really. I think we noticing that they feel like it's a connection, but I think it is a connection. I think it's a spiritual connection because overall the Bible basically say, let every man have his own wife and every wife have her own husband, right? And that's the way it's put in the scripture. So when that man is and they're engaging, it's supposed to be sacred. It's not supposed to be having, a woman. I don't think a woman or a man are designed to be humping around. And so I think a lot of times that when we do that, I think we engage with all kinds of different spirits that other people carry. It's almost like that. What is that commercial where it talks about when you have sex with one person, then you have sex with another person and another person when I think they were talking about like AIDS or something like that. I think the way I look at it, it's also like that. And so I think that we were designed like that to just be moving around our bodies with different people, baby mama, baby daddies, 99, all of that. I think so. I don't think so. And I think once we come in agreement, I don't think it's just a flesh thing. I think it's also a spiritual thing. And that's why I think, I'm going to say this. I heard that they did a scientific study, right, on women. I think maybe some of y'all might have heard it too, and whores, mostly whores, women who have a lot of sex with a lot of men. And they said that some kind of way this it goes into their brain. And if you notice, and this seems to be true to me, because if you notice women who mess with a lot of men or whore like women, they say they become schizophrenic and they actually when the some kind of way they find the semen, like they find numerous amount depending on in their brain. Now you can check it out, but I'm this they said this is what I heard, right? And I've heard it many times. So I think it affects us, and I think it affects men, women. I think it affects men and women. And a lot of times they put more emphasis on the women because we are receivers. But I think though if it's a spiritual thing, then why actually you're talking about women who actually are affected by it also, like even by the sperm that goes into their bodies, goes into their brain some kind of way. So I'm like saying if it's a spiritual thing, it has nothing to do with the natural thing of it if it's actually working, but they say that they find that in women. Now I don't know. They ain't say nothing about doing testing on men, but honestly, y'all, I really think it's a spiritual thing. I think it's dangerous. I think it can mess us up. I don't think we were designed to to hump around like that. And so I think there are soul ties, and I think it actually messes with us spiritual, mentally, I guess in some cases physically.
But why
I
only
don't.
focus on the negative? If that's the case, right? And let's just say let's say it's true. Wouldn't it make sense to go after the best spiritual men that there are, line them up and fuck them all, and let all of them come in? You get what I'm saying? Like for example, if success or abundance or happiness or whatever the fuck could be transferred to you via that intimate thing, line up Elon, line up all of these niggas, sleep with them. You should be 10x Oprah.
Now,
No?
that's gonna still make you
Oh, let
confused
me
because you don't need all
bless.
of them men in you. You just need to get how they say, let me find a good woman, one good man. Because even if they all productive men, they still all have their own different personalities. And so if you actually spiritually coming in contact with all of these spirits, it can make you unsettled. you know? And you ever see people that seem like they never fulfill? And a lot of times they say that is because they have been with so many people, and it's almost like you got so many different spirits inside of you, in
I
you.
don't think it gotta be. I
Let me
don't think the
correct
intimate.
something, y'all, because I like to introduce truth instead of it just going on and on and on. The myth started because of a 2012 study on fetal microchimerism. Cells from a pregnancy can sometimes travel into a woman's bloodstream and remain in her body for years. These were fetal cells, not sperm. Sperm does not cannot survive in the bloodstream. So people took a study done on one thing and somehow applied it and said, "Oh, the man's DNA stays in the woman's body for years." It's just not true.
Well, this guy, it was preachers in this Pastor Darby, Stephen Darby, right? And I don't know if you ever heard of him, but he had shared that, and I've heard it before, even after him, how some kind of way that says it goes into their brain. And I don't
No,
know,
they're talking about the cells after a can from a woman's pregnancy, fetal cells.
okay,
Yeah, it's not.
okay.
It's not. They
I
will
don't
show
think.
you studies, but like T said, they have pseudoscience, and people will print up documents.
Mhm.
They'll put together what's it, a slide screen, all that, and they'll have
Hmm.
charts and everything. You be like,
PowerPoints and
oh,
all
they
type
got
of shit.
PowerPoints. Yeah, we
Hmm.
got this from. No, they didn't. Those people are lying. They're
I,
just
and I
making
don't.
up stuff.
I don't think that the intimate part of like I don't think intimacy only lies with sex, and I don't think that the sex has to. I don't think sex has to do with it, right? I don't think you gotta lie around with people in order to obtain this energy that people want, right? For example, like me, right? I don't believe in that well, I didn't believe in. I don't let me correct that. I didn't believe that one woman could give me enough love for me that would suffice. So what I used to do is I would just have multiple girlfriends. And they would all know about each other, but I would have multiple girlfriends. So I'm waking up every day to at least 8 to 9 women telling me that they love me every day. And I thought that was great. And I would treat all of them the same, send them all the same message, copy and paste. I would like literally all like that way all of them fall in love with me. And then when I got tired of them, I just be like, all right, cool. I feel like I got enough love from y'all. I'm back cool, comfortable with myself for a little while. I'll just slowly stop talking to all of them. Then I'll just repeat that cycle again. I was never in a relationship with one person ever till I met my wife. Never. I've always had multiple girlfriends. Always. Asked them all to be my girlfriend. They all said yes. I was with all of them. And I think that was great because I agree with you up until the point of, yeah, I would
Yeah.
say my wife is worth 1,000 women. She gives me the love of 1,000 women. But if I didn't have my wife, I'd have 1,000 women.
But you know what I like, T, is that the fact that you were honest with them. That's the good part. I don't agree with, all of that, but the fact of you being honest and they was aware of who they were, and you gave them options to either stay with in this little thing that you had going on, or a step out. So you did give them that, right?
Yeah. They all had a
Yeah,
day of the
because
week too.
yeah,
So
so
I had Monday, Tuesday. One time I had a problem where Thursday was trying to kick it with me, and Saturday was getting a little upset because I had slept in on Saturday, but it was all right. We ended up working it out.
I mean, hey, that's so. I mean, you know what? I don't like people who play games. Like, if you're gonna do that kind of stuff and they all in agreement, what can you say? But to lie, manipulate them, get them caught up in your feelings, thinking that they the one, and all of that,
Oh,
and
I
then like,
started out like that.
yo,
Yeah. I started out like that for sure. It took some time to perfect. I definitely started out like that. And you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. It didn't stop immediately. Like the one that I really, really, really liked. Oh yeah, I made her feel like she was the most special person in the world. I never told her nothing, and then I just kind of like she never knew. But I definitely had multiple women for sure. There's too many people in the
Austin,
world.
what up? What up?
What's
What up,
going on,
Austin?
everybody?
Where
How
the
you been?
fuck you been, man?
I've been busy, dude. I've been like, fuck, I'm spending too much time in fucking Clubhouse. But I miss you guys.
Miss
Fuck
you
you
too,
guys.
man.
Yo.
Oh, also, I wanted to tell you, Blessed. I looked it up as well. Schizophrenia is not caused by having many sexual partners. Um, there's nothing there either.
But if you're schizophrenic, I think it makes it more fun to like think you have many sexual partners, right?
Oh, that
No,
is.
yeah, I
Yes.
agree with you. No, I'm just telling you with the preacher had said. I agree with you. I didn't really. I thought like schizophrenic. It comes from like a what is the chemical imbalance, and then they also say it could be possession, demonic spirits and stuff like that.
I've read an article
That
that said it comes from fucking cat scratch bacteria, so who the fuck knows?
Yeah, Blessed. Stop. Don't be listening to them preachers no more. The
Yeah.
reason they say it, even with soul ties, right? It is mainly presented by men, where they'll say a woman can't sleep with all these guys because they develop soul ties. It drives them crazy, and they'll be no good later on in life. But if what is it? Only the women get tied? Because if it's a soul tie, wouldn't those men be tied? Those men would not be
100%.
able. You see what I'm saying? Those men wouldn't be able to go on and have good relationships as as well. You see what I'm saying? But they only direct it towards women. So of course they're gonna say, "Oh, woman, boy, girl, you gonna get that schizophrenia up in you. Girl, you got that schizophrenia. Look at her. You know, like, come on. No, it's not. People that sleep around with a lot of people, either sex addiction. Sex addiction is about impulse
right,
control.
but you
People
know,
Yep.
come from abusive backgrounds and things like that, but they ain't got
Impulse
sex
control
right.
addiction.
and cocaine.
Yeah.
Anything that can happen to a woman can happen to a man. So I think that you're right. Like, come on now. Not only women got, because I think there are men, and I have talked to men who actually could not forget people that they were even and still married. And for some reason, some kind of way, they still think and kind of somewhat long for that person. So, and that's where I think they get the whole soul ties was it's like, even though they trying to move on, it seems like something in them still yearns for that for certain people or many people maybe. And that's why they feel like there is still
So,
some connection. But I hear that from men as well as women.
like when a chick does a
Yeah.
weird shit with her tongue, like, yeah, I'm like, yeah, I miss that. That was fun. But like, I don't know if that's soul tied. That's just like,
I think you need to get over something that I'm just saying if you was in a bad relationship or something, or somebody moved on and got a whole wife or a husband, and you sitting there thinking about somebody that I think that you need to get over that. Like something got to
Nah,
be
hundred
you
percent.
know what? That's really
you
I got
know.
over all my baby mamas, and all my baby mamas is married and in relationships.
holding on to this thing. I can't fucking hate like the children of the children, the mother of my children. I've been holding on. Don't fucking hate her. Don't fucking hate her. I'm not gonna like just I'm not gonna unnecessarily shit on her, but fuck that bitch. Like I realize I just kind of like stop that. Right?
It's
Like
okay to be like, bro, Austin. It's okay to be like that, bro. I don't know
it,
why people
because my kids are
people
my
try to give that.
priority, and I don't want that seeping out to them. But at the same time, fuck that bitch.
As long as you don't let that shit affect them, nigga, you good. I don't know why people. I hate when people try to like because you know what, Austin. Here's what nobody can tell you. Nobody can tell you about the relationship that you were in with that woman because they weren't fucking there. So how the fuck they gonna tell
Yeah,
you how
she
to
can't even
feel
tell me
about your
about it
fucking?
either because
They can't tell
she
nobody can
our
tell you how to feel
experiences.
about your baby mama, nigga. I wish a motherfucker would try to tell me how to feel about my baby mama. Cause best believe
That's
I
totally
became
right.
fuck her too. So
And
it
when
don't
I
matter.
realized that, though, it felt like a fucking weight off my shoulders. It was just like, no, I don't have to carry that shit. She's a fucking cunt.
Yeah, I hate when people
Like
be like, she's a bitch now, but you chose her. Nah, nigga, she was a bitch then too. Fuck that bitch and fuck you too, bitch.
You
So it just be that fucking simple.
know what? that was the wrong attitude, but I can compartmentalize that so it doesn't get back to my kids, and it feels like a fucking relief.
Well, that's all that matter, bro. I that shit like, but you know what's crazy? It's like not now. Here's why I give some people, not everybody, why I give some people like grace with that shit, right? Um, okay, I use this as an example, right? Like I don't talk about my baby mama like at all. Like I don't just bring her up at all.
Yep.
So when I would talk about her with my wife, it was very vague, right? Like my wife knew why we broke up and shit like that, but she didn't know a lot about my baby mama because I didn't tell her a lot because I just don't feel like it was necessary to talk about her. However, when I did tell her certain shit that happened, it made a lot more sense to her and she could fully understand why I felt how I felt. Now, she never tried to tell me how to feel about her, but she definitely was like, oh, nah, I get it now. And that's when I was like, yes, you see what I'm saying? So it just, I don't know, bro. Like some people, I give grace for that shit too, like your family and shit like that, who may not really know, and then because they just don't know, right? Like I'm sure if you was to talk to your mom or somebody and tell them if they was to say that, you get a different answer. But strangers, like strangers, no, fuck them, shit. Fuck them. I had some people on here try to tell me like, cause I got 7 baby mamas. Try to tell me I created 7 broken homes. I said no, I didn't create 7 broken homes. They created them broken homes. That was a mutual breaking of that home. That's how you shit. And guess what? For the first 5 baby mamas, I never lived with them, so there was no home to break, motherfucker. We was in separate homes.
Bitches were homeless.
We lived in separate homes anyway. Shit, fuck yeah.
That's hilarious. Oh, dude, yeah, fucking. I don't give a shit what people say. It was more about like, my all I do is dad recently, and I've embraced that, but I realize there's a limit. I got to be a fucking person.
It's always good to be a fucking person, man.
Like I either have one or both all the time. I haven't had a night off, and she's giving me shit because I made her take both tonight, and I went out. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna fly to fucking Milan next weekend. I'm gonna go to fucking Fashion Week and actually make her take both kids and deal with them. Fuck that bitch. Models and bottles.
Do that shit, nigga. Do that shit.
It's just like, what the fuck am I missed you guys.
Oh
We
man, we
miss you
missed
too,
you too,
Austin.
man. I wonder where you was at. You know, I don't be over in Queen space no more, so I hope he knows to come over here.
Oh damn, I didn't know that's where Austin was at.
Wait, who's space?
Yeah, he's been over there. When I was
Yeah.
over in that other room, you be
Oh, I
over there, but
dropped
he
in a
don't
couple
probably
times, but
remember.
it's
I know.
less tolerant of me.
Boy,
What is that? Oh,
you know what that is,
Wait, is
brother.
she teaching her about being sassy?
Nah, it's a damn TV show. The girl name is
Oh,
Sassy.
that's
But
hilarious, dude. I thought it
but
was
yeah.
my daughter to me. My daughter the other day, she goes to me. She's 6. She goes, "Dad, is this sassy?" And she tries to like bust her hip to the side and like put her arm there and give me this attitude. I'm like, I don't know, but it's definitely got attitude. Keep working on it.
Shit. But yeah, nah, I don't believe in the soul tie thing. By the way, I'm totally joking about having 7 baby mamas and multiple girlfriends who all know about each other. I could
Yeah,
never
we
do
know
that
it's
shit.
10.
I have a fucking listen. Let me tell you something. I actually cannot understand how niggas do it. I gotta give them they props. The niggas who be having multiple women and shit like that, yo, shout out to y'all, bro. I don't have the mental capacity to deal with that many. I just don't.
But dude,
Like,
if they don't care about that, like if you don't care that much about your kid, I guess, then it depends on your connection. Your I don't know. I guess there's exceptions, but I knew this chick who dated this dude in Mexico who had literally 15 different women with 15 different kids and was married.
yeah, see, I couldn't do no shit like that. Like, I like
That's just
it ain't even just, and it's like I couldn't mentally, I couldn't take dealing with that many women. I just couldn't. I couldn't do it.
here's the best part.
I'm
There's no child
cool.
support there.
Yeah, and
I
that
don't
that
blame
that'll
you.
be
No.
fucked up. I'm cool with just having. Well, I mean, the child support gets split, so it wouldn't matter. Like it would be one set number
There's
divvied
only
up between all
so
of them.
much amount of money. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so
I don't
there's
think
that. But
most of them can deal with that neither, T. I think that the mental stress of it, especially when like they trying to hide it, he's jiggling all of that. Like that got to be. It's nobody going to tell me that that can't got to be
no, of
crazy.
course it's crazy. They try to
And
act like it ain't
you
crazy and
know
they got it all under control, but they got to deal with a bunch of nonsense that they wouldn't have to deal with
exactly.
otherwise. That's why I'm happy that I have me and my wife are a part of this like 0.1%, which is
Right.
amazing. And like Austin couldn't believe that when I was like, "Yo, me and my wife have never argued, still haven't argued." Austin,
There
W,
are
but
I know a couple of people like you that have that. They it's I don't know if I call it like it's just they're a functional partnership where it's like, yo, it is your body count doesn't matter because we have so much better sex like together, that kind of thing. Where and like, yo, we can make our life better
neither
together
one of
than we
us
could
even have
apart.
high body counts. Was crazy too.
What's that?
I said neither one of us even have a high body count.
Well, but think about that, dude. Think you probably had more sex with your wife than somebody with a ridiculously high body count had.
Oh yes, yo, oh, yeah, yeah. No, of
Do you
course.
see how backwards that is? Like,
Yeah,
how high is your
that
body
I
count doesn't matter. It's like how often are you getting laid?
exactly, and that's what I was, and that's what makes the difference. Cause like, and that's like, I'm not gonna get into that. That's TMI. But I I was used to regularly doing it, so it doesn't. That's
Yeah,
why
that
that shit
sucks when
never.
that goes away. I'll tell you that.
I mean, yes and no. It doesn't for me because I never like. I don't know, bro.
Dude,
Like
I can go
I'm
out and
gonna
I can get
sound
laid, but
crazy.
like, it's just like it's so much noise. I don't want to. Like, I want a girl that I want to be with and hang out with and enjoy. That we're gonna fuck regularly, and it's gonna be fun and not complicated. Right? That's so much better than like 18 hot chicks or whatever.
Oh no, 100%. But I'm saying like I don't give a fuck about like I don't give a fuck about fucking that much. And I didn't realize I didn't until I got with my wife. Like before my wife, I think I cared a lot more about it because that was the only way with the women I was with before that there was a level of intimacy. Like there was no connection otherwise. And I
That makes
didn't
sense. I
and
hear you. It's
it's
like that changed it. That
yeah,
flipped the
so
script.
getting with my wife and her fulfilling everything put that shit low. But it made like don't get me wrong, and that's not to say it's bad or nothing, like it's fucking great, but it's just phenomenal. But it's just like that's not at the top rank of importance as it used to be because so much other shit trump it. Like so much other shit make like it's different.
Saying the
Like I
same thing,
can
dude. I'm saying it's not fun. Like that. Exactly. You need that first. You need that connection.
yeah, sitting there
But
like
not in like a bullshit way, but like just a I get it. It's fun to fuck, but like without it, it's just like, all right, I got shit to do.
right, and then like and even then is but with my wife it's like I don't give a fuck. Like I can lay there with her on the couch and that be like enough for me. Like I
Oh,
don't know how to
yeah,
describe
I
it.
mean that's marriage, but at the same time, it's nice to know that you can also like lay there on the couch and then
Boy, she touched my arm and I'm busting. I ain't even gonna lie. She hit me with this one little shoulder rub and I'm like, ah.
To,
But
to clone your
fucking,
wife and sell the clones.
I would never do no shit like that because I would love them all. I couldn't. If I clone my wife, I would try to pass a
Why?
bill to
Why
for
Tati
multiple
don't come up
marriages.
and say hey no more?
I don't know. That's your homie. I was asking about that earlier. I asked you that earlier. Why your homie don't come up and say nothing?
Okay. People get mad at us. I appreciate you today, Bless. Usually people fight me when I look something up and I tell them the truth about it. So I appreciate that.
Oh, I appreciate you.
Wait, what'd you
When I,
guys look up?
because you know what? I didn't, you remember I told you somebody told me. It wasn't actually, and so I like when somebody come out and say, either you right or I heard about it or you wrong or I don't get in my feelings about it. I think that's something that we all should do. But I was just sharing what I heard and I kept saying I heard it. I didn't say that it was something that I knew for a fact. And so you put the icing on the cake for me. It's all right.
Yeah, I don't know why. No, Austin, we was talking because we was talking about soul ties, and then people say stuff. Guys, they'll tell these women, oh, when you have sex with a guy, the semen it stays in your body, in your brain and stuff. It's like to get to your brain, it has to go through the blood. It cannot survive in blood.
Right.
I don't know. You might have some like Michael Phelps type swimmers in there, dude.
It had
But
to
you
be
know
pretty
what? A
powerful
lot
for
of
that.
guys is using that. I've been in the room and I have heard guys say that have heard of it, themselves, right? And so I'm like, uh-huh. And they make it seem like the woman only got the issue, when they do that. And I'm like, I don't feel like the women only got the issue. When they're actually moving around, moving with a bunch of women, I feel like a bunch of women take an effect on a man spiritually as well as naturally, just like a woman, just the same way with a woman, men take a toll on them. I
Bless.
think a lot of them think that they can play this game, but I think sooner or later, I think it takes its toll mentally and physically. And I do think that soul ties, I don't think they actually connecting it the way that it actually is. Because when we talk about soul ties, we actually still talking about something that is spiritual. Because if you're talking about something connect to your soul, what would you think that it would be? It's not natural, it's spiritual, right? I mean, that's what I would say. And so it's something, some kind of spiritualness that's going on that is attaching you. And so even when we get married, the Bible says you're no longer two, you become one, right? And so I think when we engage and open our bodies almost like a portal, I think that's where the whole thing of soul ties and some kind of spiritual connection is happening. Now, that's just what I'm thinking. Where they come with this soul tie, but it's a spiritual tie. And what is it? It has to be something transformed, something that's actually entering in. So that if you are a woman that's messing with 100 men, and these soul ties or this spiritual connection due to intercourse, due to almost your body becomes a portal, because you have to understand that you're welcoming another the flesh, but we also spirit. And so we not just flesh, we also spirit too. So if these spirits are transforming and coming into your body and your soul, entering your spirit, then I I guess it would make sense. Because I think a lot of times we think sex is just sex, but I think sex is deeper than that. But it depends on how you receive it, how you think. I used to think it was just a natural thing, but when I started like studying the Bible, I think it's a spiritual thing, and I think it could be a problem when you load it down with a bunch of soul ties which I think is spirits.
Yeah, no, I mean, I believe in spirits and and stuff like that. I just don't think it, I don't think it works that way. Um, at all. Like if you, like, say you was somebody that was sleeping with a bunch of people. I mean, your issue is that you're sleeping with a bunch of people. Not that you're forming soul ties. You see what I'm saying? You're already somebody in your mind that has like an impulse control. Maybe you don't value yourself enough. I think it's other issues that need to be addressed versus saying, well, oh, you got these soul ties and stuff. I don't think you have to go there.
Yeah, but
You know.
that's a natural part of us. But I think in the spiritual aspect of it, like this, say for instance, now I do a lot of Bible because that's kind of what I do. Now the Bible says, every bed, like the only bed that's not defiled is the marriage bed, right? Now every other bed is considered dirty. Any other thing that we do outside of marriage, right, is considered dirty, right? So all of these, so when anytime we have sex with anybody outside our husband or our wife, then it's according to the Bible, right? It's considered dirty. He doesn't look on that bed, but he looks on every other bed as considered dirty. And so being those is dirty, I think we open ourselves to spirits because if it's a clean bed, then it's nothing wrong. But then if I'm messing with another man, a married man, mess with anything outside of my husband, then it would be considered a dirty bed, and it also gives place to demonic spirits and spirits. Then because we're using our bodies for something other than what it was designed for. And so and this is the way I think. This is the way I think about it. And so I think that those where all of these soul ties and these connections and all of this stuff can come in at. Because even at one time we wasn't even supposed to. We were definitely the women were supposed to be virgins. Number one, that's the way it was designed. Wasn't supposed to be hooked up to, messing with all of these men and I guess men always kind of did their thing, but women were not definitely supposed to be moving around like that. And I still feel like that today. I don't think we designed like that. I don't think men are neither, but I truly don't think women are. And that's just my opinion on it. I think they both bad, and it's sad where society has it to where it seems like it's okay to move around for a man like that, and then for a woman she's supposed to have this high regard and respect for her body, but we can't have the same expectations for men. And that, I just don't get. But well, I don't think none of us were supposed to move around like that, and I think that we see the evidence of it. To me, I think it's clear that we not, because we see the whole problem of it. These laying up and these getting all these soul ties and all of this confusion and baby mama, baby daddy, and a whole bunch of. It's like, well, I don't see that. It's not. It seems like it's no benefit in it. It's not good for the kids, for the woman, for the man. So I don't really think we were designed to just move around like that. Then I don't think we would have to suffer from these soul ties.
I don't know. I think people split apart too much for me to even see it as a soul tie. You see what I'm saying? Like, it was all these soul ties. Why people don't stick together, look out for each other? I just could. I wouldn't describe the behavior I see as people's souls being tied to one another.
I don't
Like when you find your soul
spirit.
mate, you know.
I think it's a spirit. I think it's the spirit that they carry. I think it's transforming of a spirit. I think it's demonic. I don't think it's something that's actually good. And I think a lot of times we don't, in the natural aspect of our lives, we don't focus much on the spiritual thing of it, because we're not just flesh, we spirit too. And so a lot of times, a lot of things, if we could see all of the spiritual stuff that's going on in the world, that we could actually see it, we would be overwhelmed of the stuff that you might be able to see that's in a person or hovering over a person or whatever. And I think a lot of times we don't want to go there, but we have to understand that it's there. These things do exist. And so we have to be careful what we engaging in and who we engaging with. And actually, I mean, I think that we engage with a lot. You know what? Let me say this. You ever see somebody, they was cool, right? Nice girl, nice guy. And you ever notice when they meet meet some guy or some girl, and you notice how they change? And you be like, man, you ever said like, the one she got with him, like everything changed, like she became something different, almost took on the same personality of that person. You ever notice that?
Yeah, but those are behavioral things, I think, from being around people. I don't know if I would describe that as a soul tie. I think people kind of pick up on each other. You do that with people you don't have sex with. You do that with your friends sometimes, right? If you hang around with somebody from DC, you might start using some of their slang. You hang around with somebody in Chicago, you might use some of their slang. From being around Philly people on this app, I started saying bull. If you got somebody from New Orleans, you start talking like them a little bit because you're around them. Sometimes you adopt their language, the way they say certain things. You get that from anybody that you hang around
You
and
are on
people
point,
you
bro. You are
necessarily have
point.
sex with.
You right. You're right. But in
You
some
got a
cases,
homegirl you ain't never had no sex with, and well, I don't think you did. I can't speak for you, but you know what I mean. But
Oh no, Schmelly, don't hold on. Let me speak on that.
what?
These women be freaking each other, man. They be freaking each other. I'm telling you, they do. They
No, I'm
nasty.
talking
They be
about in
freaking
the
each other.
case of that's just a homegirl. You'd be like, man, my
Man,
homegirl got
nah,
me
that
doing
ain't
this and
just her
doing that.
homegirl. Hey, listen, let me tell you something. Them homegirls, they be, I'm telling you, brother, they be freaking each other, man.
line they do.
Them girls, listen, Schmelly, I'm telling you right now. Women, when it come to certain shit, men and women move the same way, right? So I'm gonna let you know this right now. Then women, it be like, my homegirl can spend the night over here. She needs somewhere to stay. She can stay here. Ooh. And it ain't no emergency. Like, it's not like like, she's in a life or death situation, like her nigga or her roommate or some shit. Which, first of all, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Yo, if my wife was to come tell me like, hey, baby, such and such, I don't want to say none of her friends' names. Such and such, boyfriend put his hands on her. Ooh, yeah, she better call the police. Don't come over here, cause I'm telling you right now, that nigga follow your motherfucking ass over here. That nigga finna die today. I'm not playing. I'm not going outside to fight no nigga. I'm not going outside to call the police. I'm taking this big chunky ass faux nick outside, and that nigga better pray he survive. Cause I'ma empty this bitch. I didn't. Hey, I ain't pay 800 for this motherfucker for nothing. Nigga better keep it pushing. So fuck that. But if it's like I don't know, like you know what, like she drunk as hell, she was out, it ain't safe for her to be out, you know what I'm saying, type shit, okay, cool. But if it's just on some just for the humbug, man, they been fucking, believe that.
Crazy. No, but I feel what you're saying, because you don't, their troubles can become your troubles. And you know what is so sad is so many people have got killed by involving themselves in a whole bunch of mess. So I truly get what you're saying. And then, like you say, he could be sitting somewhere following her over there and thinking it's a whole something that it ain't. The whole chaos. So I feel what you're saying. Keep that mess.
Yeah, and
Keep that mess.
target
Yeah.
number one is gonna be you, cause he gonna be like, oh, So that T nigga got over here. You think that T nigga finna protect you, bitch? And whole time, I don't even know what's going on. Now this nigga done brought some bullshit to mine. And let me tell you something. I got kids too, bro. Hey, I swear to God on my brother, nigga. I'm tough. Nigga come over here on some bullshit. That'll be the last fucking thing you ever do. I'm not going for that shit. I made, hey, listen, you and your wife get into it at my crib or some shit like that. Y'all take that shit home, whatever. But all that bullshit over here with my kids around, fuck no. Your ass going to the upper room. Upper room.
And you know what? You either send them to the upper room because they might try to send you and yours to the upper room. So, but I feel what you're saying. You know, you keep that foolishness. I think a lot of time what women have to learn to be wise. And the reason why I say this because one time I was on my porch and the guy next door was on his porch and he was trying to kick game. My husband was coming up the steps, right? And he said, and then the guy went in the house and he said, "What that nigga say? Was he talking to you? Whatever, whatever, right?" And I'm like, he said, no, he ain't say nothing. He asked, I told a lie, y'all. I actually told him because I was scared. And I think a lot of times women, I don't like those women who involve their men in some stuff that they can avoid, if you know what I mean. And I think they got to be wise. Like it's so many times when I think about the women have caused a lot of guys, and I know some for a fact that have gotten killed out fooling with these women and their chaos and their mouths and a whole lot of other things, you know. And so to me, I felt bad having to lie to him about the guy actually trying to kick game, but I felt like I had to protect that moment and making sure that he didn't do nothing because I know how he is. And so I want to ask y'all, do you think, because I had a couple guys, and I had said this before, do you think what I did was right?
Oh, this
What
your
saying
next
that?
door neighbor?
Oh,
I mean, you're men, but you think by me saying it wasn't nothing because I felt like that he would have went and approached him, he could have probably hurt him, or he could have hurt him, and
Look,
things could just took a whole nother turn. So
you know your man blessed.
yeah,
So whatever you felt like was right to protect your man in that moment, and obviously we don't know him, so I don't know how he would have reacted. I don't know if he could have went knocked on the next door and blew that nigga fucking head off for all
he
we
would
knew.
have,
And if he would have
yeah, he
did some
would
shit
have,
like that, he in
yeah,
jail, and what the fuck that would have did for you and your
exactly.
family. So
E-
nah, I think what you did was right. If that's how he would have reacted to that shit, you did the right thing.
That's the way
I'm
I
not gonna
feel.
say you did nothing wrong by that.
And I took years before I actually told him, right? And he was like, and I told him why, and he didn't like it, but he understood.
Yeah, cause look, my wife had my wife had an incident with somebody at the store, and she ain't tell me until she got in the car. But at this point, dude already gone. But she knows me enough to know, like, hey, I would have, I would have came up there because I wasn't with her. So it's yeah. So I get it. I fucking get it. But also, here's what my wife though. That nigga knew, like, it wasn't like a situation where my wife just kind of like didn't say nothing and kept walking. That's the thing with my wife, is she the type, like, she gonna snap on your motherfucking ass quick. And I don't know what the fuck she said to Buddy, cause I could just hear, like, you know, the every other syllable.
Right.
But once she got in the car, cause I'm like, what the fuck happened? Once she got in the car, that's when she told me what happened. And by that time, folks was already gone. But
Yeah, but
I
you
was on some
already
shit like,
know
man,
she checked them, so it's like,
yeah, cause I
you
was
know.
gonna come up there. I'm the type like, it's been times when like motherfuckers said shit, and I'm like. And like I've overheard niggas saying something, and I look at her like, I'm like, nigga talking to you, and I'm looking at folks like I say this shit out loud. Like I'm not the type of nigga to like try to like mask it or be under like nah. I'm like that nigga talking to you, and then like in front of buddy, and then he'll look at me and be looking crazy, and she be like, nah, I don't think so. And then buddy ass will look at me, he'd be like, nah, keep walking or whatever the fuck. Like, yeah, I don't, nah, bro. I don't play that shit because the fuck you think you finna disres. It ain't even about disrespecting my wife at this point. That's telling me like for you to think you finna say something to my wife in front of me, you think I'm pussy. I'm finna show you something. Fuck that. But I ain't never had no
Mhm.
shit like that happen to me. Thank God, cause I'll be locked the fuck up. I done pistol whipped a few niggas.
Her brother went for bed, right? And she got into it with a dude, and she threatened him because everybody knew the dude around the way, right? Everybody knew him. He was, gangster. He did what he did. And don't you know the dude hunted him down? Hunted his brother. In the meantime, her brother don't know nothing about nothing. She used her brother's name, and he knew. And she told him, "I'm gonna get my brother." Like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And so he got panicked, scared, and went looking for the brother, found the brother, and killed him. In the meantime, she never even got to the brother, even tell the brother nothing. So he died, not even knowing why he died. Yeah, well, he got killed. I'm like, man, like it's like that kind of stuff. The women, like I know so many women that did some crazy stuff. Like I just be like, they got to use their head
Yeah.
sometimes with situations and stuff like that. That's the way I be thinking.
I don't think he gave a fuck though. And I'm gonna tell you why.
Uh-huh.
Because if I'm being honest, like it's certain women in my life, like my mom, my grandma, my sister. I say my wife, and then of course my daughters. I don't like. I don't need a reason to do something for them. Like I don't need an explanation. Like my mom could tell me that her neighbor. She ain't even gotta tell me why. Actually, she could just tell me like, "Yo, I don't like my neighbor. I want his ass to die," and I'll go do it. I'm not gonna ask why. I'm not finna be like, cause like I trust your word enough to know whatever reason it is valid. Just them. I ain't gonna say all the women in my family. Like, I got cousins and shit I know be on bullshit. I would never. But like my mom, I'll go do that shit to a motherfucker, no question. She ain't gotta tell me shit. She can just tell me she wants somebody gone. I'm gonna go get their ass gone. I don't give a fuck what the reason was. They could have just cut her off in traffic if she don't like.
But I just can't. No, I just don't think like. I just think women when they doing that, like they got to think about it, and a lot of them, like the sister girl, she was sorry, that your brother was gone, and she got to blame herself, for that the rest of her life. So it's like I just think that women can move a little wiser, stop involving men into stuff that I don't know that we can handle. Because my mom used to say, "Don't call my brothers." She said, "Don't y'all, don't like." She be saying her to her girls, "Don't y'all go ahead and create some mess with these men, and then call my son into a whole bunch of mess." She said, "You better handle it." So my
Ah,
mom,
yeah.
she, and so we didn't. None of us did that. Like we never involved. Because she said something happened to her son, something gonna happen to us. and then whoever else. Like she was straight gangster. She wasn't playing with us. So
Yeah,
don't wait. Go ahead, Ted.
nah, you good. I was just saying, I was agreeing with you. I like, yeah, my mama done pulled up for me a few times.
Like she didn't play that. She just felt like when you with some old crazy dude, you with him, and then soon he ain't acting right, whatever, and doing something. She just didn't want her sons involved with a bunch of mess. And then she would say, and then some of y'all be right back with them dudes and all that. Nah,
Yeah,
she, I don't know, but she used to always let us know, like, don't put your brothers in nothing. And we never, none of the girls that I know of, none of us, like, only one time I did, and this dude that called me a name, my brother, shit, my brother liked to slap this dude's head off of his shoulder, and that was the last time that I ever done anything, like that. I never did nothing again. Whatever I got into, I handled it myself.
my sister, and that's why I trust my sister, right? My sister ain't never been no like, and I'm not. By the way, I know I'm saying this after you. This has nothing to do with nothing that you said, because I people try to drag shit sometimes. I don't know what be going on,
Yeah, yeah, I
but
know. I got you.
but like my sister was never know and I'm super grateful for this. My sister got a lot of self respect for us. My sister got self respect. You know what I'm saying? She got a good moral compass and good principles. She ain't no hoe. Ain't never been out here like that. Motherfuckers can't never say they had my sister no way, no nothing like that. My sister 31 and only had like fucking 3 boyfriends her whole fucking life. But
Beautiful.
the last like no, she didn't talk to niggas, you know what I'm saying? That's whatever. But like
Yeah.
actually being in a relationship, like 3 her whole fucking life. She 31. My sister, the last nigga she was talking to, and they was kind of like this was this was a lot more serious than I thought it was gonna be, because they ended up living together and some more shit for a little while, right? That shit didn't last that long because my sister was like, "Yeah, nah, I ain't fucking with this nigga no more." They got into a real bad one time, and my sister, not mind you, my sister's at the time was living in L.A. I'm from Chicago. We all from Chicago, but she was living in L.A. at the time. She had just graduated nursing school and then went out there to go work, and she living with dude or whatever, and I never forget this shit because she called me he called me right after it happened. They had went to the mall, the Grove or whatever the fuck it's called, and while they was out there, I guess they had got into it about something, and my sister like choked the nigga, like she like she put her hands on him. So he calls my older brother, and we on the phone on speakerphone listening to this nigga, like, you know what I'm saying, basically like whining about the shit. And I don't want to say he was bitching because I get like the situation was like, what the fuck. Now mind you, I'm thrilled though because I never knew, and this is what I tried to explain to him. I'm like, bro, listen, that's my sister, gang. That ain't my girlfriend. I don't know how the fuck she is in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? I just know her to be my sister. I don't know that she put her hands on niggas. That was a fucking shock to me. That shocked the shit out of me. Like my sister, a fucking model.
See, he sounded like
She
he was trying to save himself.
now that's what I thought was going on because I kept on cutting the nigga short to be like, man, get to the point. Because I'm thinking like you finna tell me you retaliated, and I'm gonna let you know right now, my nigga. If my sister grabbed you and all she did was like hem you up real quick and you balled your fist up and punched my sister, gang, I'm finna be on the first. Listen, if you don't know nothing else about me and my brother, you know this. We not no broke ass niggas, gang. We'll be on the first flight to LA tonight. I'll catch a red eye quick. I don't know what the fuck you think finna happen. I got niggas everywhere. I got niggas that'll come touch you right now. Like, I don't even gotta get up, but I'm gonna get up because I want to see you personally. I'm not playing that. Like, fuck that. But That ain't what happened. And my sister even told me that ain't what happened. She like, he ain't touch me. Ooh. And she still snapping on him. So I was trying to get my sister to calm down because I'm like, bro, like, that shit ain't cool. Like, don't be doing that. Because if that nigga hit you, I got to come out there and I'm not finna fight this nigga. You know I'm not finna fight this nigga. You know what's finna happen next. So go
Yeah, he
ahead
sounded like
and
he was copping
like,
the plea. I believe he was like they call. Let me explain to you. Let she tell you the story different, cause I don't want you come from my head. So that's what it sounded like. He wanted to let y'all know like what's really going on. Like she done choked on me,
yeah,
whatever,
like she
whatever.
didn't, yeah, like she putting her hands on me type shit. Like he was doing, like he was calling to be on some shit. Like, hey, your sister putting her hands on me, woo, man. Like, you know what I'm saying, y'all. I don't know if y'all know this, but like, can y'all talk to her type shit? Like that's what he was on. Like he was on some shit. Like, man, like can y'all talk to y'all sister, woo. And I'm on some shit like, but once we got to that part of the conversation, I'm on some shit like, yo, bro, I don't know what the fuck you want me to do, gang. Like, break up with her, leave her. Shit, what the fuck? Like. I don't know what the fuck you want me to like. There's nothing like, bro. This is my older sister, bro. Like, I don't know what the fuck you think I'm gonna say to her that's gonna make her be like, nah. She don't, but like, she respect me, but at the end of the day, nigga, she a grown ass woman. Like, she gonna do what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? I can't be like, oh, no, like, I could tell her that, and that's cool, but I'm not there to physically stop anything or doing like, I don't know what the fuck you want me to do. Like, so I was like, bro, like, I
All you want him
leave
to
her,
do
nigga.
is see, don't put your hands on my sister. Y'all can have your differences. Either you go your
Nah,
way or
hundred
she go
percent.
her way. Like it's just the whole bottom line. It's like don't put your hands on
Yeah,
her.
I made sure he knew that off the jump. Cause I
Right.
was like, nigga, I'll be there tonight. But I was like, but don't. I like just leave her, bro. I'm like, just break up with her. Like, fuck that shit. Like, I don't know what to tell you, gang. Like, leave her. Like, I wouldn't be in no fucking. I'm not finna be sitting there getting beat on. Leave. But I guess what ended up happening was
Uh-huh.
he's
He when he
when
acting
it.
like it's like she attacking him like he the one being abused.
I mean, he was actually, but when it what ended up happening was fast forward like. Yeah, like 6 months later, my older brother, no, it wasn't 6 months. It was probably like three, and it was way less than that, probably like three and a half, four. My older brother ended up going out there to go stay in LA for a little while, and he was staying with them, and well, with dude, and my sister ended up moving out and getting an apartment. I think that her and dude was still together, but she just was like, "I'm finna get my own shit because I don't think we can live together," type shit. Whatever, cool. Um. But yeah, nah, that shit
So you
ended up
saying it
going
was
left.
already some fire
Yeah, my
like
older
that.
brother, well, my older brother ended up getting into it with dude, and my older brother pulled a gun on the stairs, and he called my sister crying from the bathroom like, "Yo, the brother tried to shoot me. I mean, your little brother tried to shoot me and some bullshit." And my sister, like, of course, now my sister like, "What the fuck?" So she called me to call him. Like, hey, like, you know what I'm saying? Cause she was trying to call him and he wasn't answering. So we both blowing this nigga phone up. And I guess somebody else that he was cool with that was out there had already got him up out the crib and shit and came and got him. And he was all the way on the other side of LA by that point. But that was crazy. And then of course I fly out there because I'm like, fuck that shit. Ain't nobody finna do nothing to my brother. So it was a whole mess. And now everybody back in Chicago.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Oh wow. Oh, you in Chicago. Yeah, city that don't play. Mm.
My older sister got a raw ass apartment downtown too. I can't do that city shit no more though. I don't even stay in Chicago no more.
Like that.
Hey Schmelly, you still there?
I said you like on the outskirts of Chicago.
Ah yeah, yeah. I'm like 45
Yeah,
minutes away.
yeah, man, I'm about to get off.
Yeah, me too, bro. I was just
I
finna
gotta
say my
do some
motherfucking.
But you know what? It was nice talking to y'all, man.
I nah,
I
for
gotta
sure.
come back in here.
Oh yeah, you too, man. You gotta come back. I don't know.
Oh,
People
you know
sometimes they
that you.
want to.
Hey,
Sometimes
hit
people
me
don't be
up,
want to hear
baby.
some stuff.
Just hit me up.
All
I'll
right,
definitely. Okay, I'll talk to y'all later.
For
all
sure.
right. Good night.
You can boom it, Schmidt.
All right.
I guess.